Let us learn about balancing a chemical equation. What is a chemical equation? Chemical equation is nothing but representation of a chemical reaction. Okay, we all know that a chemical reaction takes place when two different substances they react, okay, and forms a new substance. Like suppose if we take acetic acid, which common name of acetic acid is vinegar, and we put some amount of baking powder in it, okay. So what will happen here, you will see that vinegar and baking powder, these both will react to form a new substance, which is sodium acetate, water, and carbon dioxide gas will be given out. You can see the bubbles here, right? So how do we represent this reaction on paper? We represent it by writing the chemical equation. We write the reactants, we write the products separated by arrow, and the number of reactants are written with plus sign, and the number of products formed will be written along with plus sign. So you understand that representation of a chemical reaction is a chemical equation. Okay. Now children, how to write this chemical equation? We can write this chemical equation by writing the correct formula. Okay, the correct formula of that particular equation we can write here, like of the compounds that we are using, we can write over here. Like suppose if I am using here acetic acid. So acetic acid formula is CH3COOH, okay, then sodium bicarbonate NaHCO3, okay. Then when these two will react, it will form sodium acetate, carbon dioxide gas will be given out. Whenever the gas is given out, this up arrow is used, and whenever the precipitate is formed, the down arrow is used, okay. Then we have this water formed, okay. So these are the products and these are the reactants, right? Now when we write simply the equation as it is, that means only the formula of the compounds reacting and the formula of the products form, then this simple basic equation, it is known as skeletal equation. This equation is known as skeletal equation. But you must know children that both the number of atoms on both reactant side and product side should be equal. Why it should be equal? Because we know that law of conservation of mass, that mass cannot be created nor be destroyed. So if reactant side is more, that means where that mass has come from, or where the mass has lost after the reaction. Or on product side, if mass is more, then we should know that where that mass has come from, okay. So the mass should be equal on both the sides. For that we need to balance a chemical equation. How do we balance it? We balance it by writing all the reactants one side towards left hand side and product on right hand side. Okay, how do we write it? We know the same number of elements we will get on the reactant side also, and again from the product side also the same elements will be reacting to form a new product. Okay, so here let us see, here in this case, here we will take sodium, carbon, oxygen and hydrogen. These are the number of different elements which are present in the form of different compounds, okay. Similarly, the same number of elements are present here also. Let us see the number of atoms in this, okay. Sodium, if we will check here sodium is here, only one atom is there of sodium, okay. And carbon, if we will see here, one atom over here, then one atom here, two, okay, and one atom here, three. So three carbon atom are there. Oxygen, two in acetic acid and three in sodium bicarbonate, so five. Then hydrogen, if we'll see here, three in acetic acid, and here if you will see, it will be one more here, four, and then here five. So five hydrogen. So if we'll check out in the product side now, we'll check out in the product side, we'll see here that here sodium 1, again carbon 3, same if you will count 1, 2 and 3, okay, though the products are different here. Oxygen again 5 here, and hydrogen 5 here. So in this equation, if we will see, both the atoms on left hand side are equal to atom on right hand side. That means this equation, it is balanced. Reactant is equals to product, okay. So equal number of atoms on both the sides, right? So if the number of atoms are equal on both the sides, we will say that the equation is balanced. Okay, so I hope you understand this balancing part here. Let us talk more about how to balance. Okay, how to balance a chemical equation. There are generally two methods of balancing a chemical equation. Okay, for balancing a chemical equation, there are two methods. First is hit and trial method, which is generally used for simple balancing simple equations, whereas this partial equation method, it is used for balancing complex equation. Okay, some complex equation, number of compounds are there in the reactant side. So here what happens, we generally break one equation will be broken into different equations. Okay, and then these equations, they will be combined, and then we will get the final equation. Okay, then we will get the final equation. So this method generally we will not be learning right now, because you will be learning this partial equation balancing method later. Right now for your syllabus, we will only be doing this hit and trial method. Okay, hit and trial method, how to balance a chemical equation using this hit and trial method. Now there are certain rules, if you keep in your mind, it will become very easy for you to balance a chemical equation. Like suppose if we are balancing a chemical equation, what we will do after writing the skeletal equation, we will see that we will balance the compound first, which is having maximum number of atoms in it. Okay, maximum number of atoms, like we have, like in photosynthesis, if you will see glucose formed, okay, or the carbohydrate form C6H12O6, maximum number of atoms, that compound we will first try to balance that compound first. So same way in various other equation, we will see the maximum number of atoms wherever are there in whichever compound, that compound we will try to balance it first. Okay, for convenience. Then we will always see to it that we try to balance metals first and then non-metals. If you will do this, you will see that it will become more easier for you to balance a chemical equation. The third thing that we will see is the elements with higher molecular mass, like iron is having higher molecular mass than mercury, gold, platinum. These are if higher, with higher molecular mass. If we will balance these elements first, then it will be convenient for us to balance the other elements later on. And one more important thing, that we will be taking the number of atoms of oxygen and hydrogen at the last. We will be balancing oxygen and hydrogen at last. Okay, totally at last. So if these steps, if you will keep in mind, it will become very easy for you to balance a chemical equation. Okay, so let us see how can we balance a chemical equation. I have taken a very simple equation over here, that is iron. Okay, when it reacts with when a hot steam, you should know the word equation also, and you should know to convert it into skeletal equation. So when hot steam is passed over iron, what do we get here? We get here iron oxide along with hydrogen gas is evolved. Okay, hydrogen gas will be given out here. Now this is not a balanced equation, as we can see directly over here that iron is one atom here, and here in product side there are 3 atoms of hydrogen here. Okay, so if we'll see and match over here left hand side and right hand side, if we count each number of atoms like that of iron, oxygen and hydrogen, we will see the number of atoms differ. That means this is not a balanced equation. How do we balance it? We will first write down the name of elements, and as I told you, I have written the name of metal. Okay, first. Generally the metals have high molecular mass over here, so they will be written here first, then oxygen, then hydrogen I have written. Okay, now let us count the number of atoms here. Now this iron, it is 1, so here oxygen is 1, and hydrogen, if we'll see here, it is 2 atoms. Okay, now here iron, if you'll see, it is 3, oxygen is 4, and hydrogen is 2 over here. Now one thing you should keep in mind, that we can never change this subscript while balancing a chemical equation. Subscript we can never change. We can only write the whole numbers over here in front. Okay, so now let us start balancing the chemical equation. So now if we'll see here, first iron. One thing, when we start balancing the chemical equation here, we have to make both equal. So what we will do, we will make here 3. We will write 3 over here. So if I write 3 over here, what will happen? Okay, if I write 3 over here, this will become 3, isn't it? This will become 3. Is there any other change? Whenever we make any change, we need to see from top to bottom, all the atoms should be again, counted. We have to count the atoms again. If we make change anywhere on either reactant side or product side, we need to count all the number of atoms again and write it down. Okay, so here I have made change with iron, so only change with iron is there, okay, which is 3. Okay, so now if you see here, iron is 3 and 3 both the sides, but if you see, oxygen is not balanced here. Okay, so to balance oxygen, what we will do now, for balancing oxygen, we need to make a change here, that we'll make here 4 is there, no? So we will make 4 over here. So if I make 4 over here, okay, so what will happen? This 1 will be converted into 4. But if you see here, that if I am making here 4, but hydrogen is also changing because of this 4. This 4 means on oxygen also, and this 4 means on hydrogen also. So 4 into 2, that means hydrogen atoms are becoming 8 now. Hydrogen atoms have changed from 2 to 8. Okay, because we are making here 4. So now if 8 is here, oxygen is balanced, but hydrogen is not balanced. So to balance hydrogen, now we can make a change over here in the product side. So if we make a change over here in the product side, now if we will see here, only in hydrogen we are making the change. So it will be 8 here. Okay, it will be 8 here. So you will see here, now we will just check it out, that it is 3 iron, 4 atoms both the side of oxygen, and 8 atoms of hydrogen on both the side, which means both the side reactions and product, they are balanced. So therefore when we write the final equation, we will write iron, 3 iron atoms plus 4 molecules of water will give iron oxide plus 4 molecules of hydrogen gas will be given out. Okay, so I hope you understand with this example. This is a very simple example. Okay, let us take 1 or 2 more examples so that you understand it better. Okay, so let us see this example. Manganese dioxide plus, this is the skeletal equation. So if we start balancing again, I have checked here that these are the number of atoms. Manganese is 1, chlorine is 1, oxygen is 2, and hydrogen is 1 over here. Manganese is 1, chlorine is 2, chlorine is 4, 2 plus 2, 4 here. Then oxygen is 1 and hydrogen is 2 over here. Let us start balancing here. We don't need to balance manganese. I have written in proper sequence only. Manganese metal with higher molecular mass is written first. So we will also keep on checking and balancing in this sequence only. Okay, so now if you will see here, manganese is 1, chlorine is 1, and here it is 4. So to make chlorine 4, suppose if I make the change over here as 4. Okay, if I am making the change here as 4, so here also there will be 4. But when I make the change here for chlorine, obviously there will be change for hydrogen also. Hydrogen will also become 4. No other change, only hydrogen and chlorine are changing. So now if we see here, manganese is balanced, chlorine is balanced. Now you see oxygen over here. Oxygen is 2 over here, and hydrogen, here oxygen is 1. So to make oxygen 2, we will make here 2. Okay, I'll write different color so that you understand it, that what change we are making. Okay, so here 2 oxygen. Now if this 2 is for this oxygen also, but there is also change with hydrogen. Now this hydrogen has become 4, and automatically it is balanced. If you see, this is automatically balanced. Okay, we have not balanced hydrogen, but as we balance oxygen, automatically this has balanced. So you will see here, if you will calculate, you will get to know that this equation is balanced. And when we write the final equation, it will now be written as MnO2, manganese dioxide, with 4 molecules of hydrochloric acid will give manganese chloride, 2 molecules of water, and chlorine molecule. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Now I will take one more little example, which is little, you can say, complicated, little complex, not much but little complex. So how do we use this hit and trial method to understand this? So I have taken this equation here. Phosphorus plus nitric acid will give nitrogen dioxide, water, and phosphoric acid. Okay, H3PO4 is phosphoric acid. Children, you should also learn the name of the chemical compounds. You should know, because in exams you may get the chemical names and you have to convert it into formulas. Okay, so if you have learned acid and basic radicals, you will be able to easily form the name of the compounds also, or from names you can form the formulas also. Okay, so now here let us see. Phosphorus is 1, then we will take nitrogen with higher atomic mass, then we'll take oxygen and hydrogen. Okay, so phosphorus is having the highest, though this is also a non-metal, this is also a non-metal, but we are taking phosphorus with higher atomic mass. Okay, so let us take here 1 atom of phosphorus, here also 1 atom of phosphorus. It is balanced. Okay, nitrogen 1 atom and nitrogen 1 atom here, this is also balanced. Let's not get into it. But here there is a big difference. Oxygen, if you see here 3, and here oxygen is 7. Okay, so how can we make this 3 into 7? We cannot make 7 over here. What can we do for maximum? If we make it 2 over here, it will become 6, but we need 7. So let us make 3 over here. Let us make, this is what we say hit and trial. We are just trying it. This is not the final thing. Okay, we are hitting and trying. If it is correct, it is fine, or others we will, or otherwise we will go for the next option. Okay, so if we will make it 3 over here, now let us see, hydrogen will also change over here. Hydrogen will also, if we make 3 over here, it will become 9. Okay, and hydrogen will also become 3 here. But here there will be change in nitrogen also, right? 3 will be nitrogen also. As nitrogen is changed now here, so let us make the change here also now, right? Here also we need to make the change. Here 3 nitrogen is there, so we need to make change over here also. So let us write here also 3. So if we make here 3, obviously now there will be change with, to balance nitrogen, we have made 3 over here. So here it will be 3, and oxygen will be now how much? 3 2s are 6, 6 plus 1, 7, 7 plus 4, it will be 11. Okay, so it will be 11 now, but this is not balanced again. So if we increase oxygen over here, obviously here nitrogen will be not balanced. Okay, so what to do here so that both are balanced? Let us see, or let us find out. If we make here 4, then also it won't work out. So let us try make it 5 here. Let us try make it 5 over here. So if I make it 5, let us see what will happen. You can try with 4 also. Okay, I'm trying here with 5. This is what hit and try. So if we are making it 5, see, now on making 5, nitrogen, there is no change in phosphorus, but nitrogen is changing to 5. Okay, oxygen is changing to 15. Okay, and hydrogen is changing to 5 over here. I hope you understand this, that nitrogen is 5, hydrogen is also 5, and oxygen is 3 atoms of hydrogen are there, and 5 in the whole molecules of nitric acid are there. So it will be 15. Okay, now let us make change here according to this, so that both of them are balanced, right? So here we need 5 nitrogen. So let us make at least 5 nitrogen we will be needing here. So 5 we will make here. So when we make 5 here, first because we need to balance nitrogen here. So if we make 5 here, let us see how much oxygen is now. This is 10. Okay. 10 plus 1, 11. 11 plus 4 will be 15. That means nitrogen and oxygen are balanced. Now let us check for hydrogen. Is it balanced? 3 plus 2, 5. And here it is 5. So now it is balanced. So therefore the final equation now is P plus 5 molecules of nitric acid, okay, will give 5 molecules of nitrogen dioxide and water, and it will be phosphoric acid, 1 molecule of phosphoric acid. Okay, so I hope this is clear to all of you, this balancing of a chemical equation with hit and trial method.